My brother-in-law was living with my sister's decomposed body when arrested. Mrs. Rita Atansi, 31 years old, was recently found dead in her home with deep cuts and bruises on her body after being absent from work for a couple of days. Her husband of 2 months, Ikechukwu Atansi, popularly called Agbada, has been arrested by the police. The deceased's younger brother, John Paul Onyebuchi from Achala village, Enugu State. He was being interrogated by the police. Here are the questions he was being asked. You recently posted on Twitter how your sister was found dead in her house after failing to show up at work for 2 days. How did it happen? My sister and I worked for the same company, a security firm in Awka, Anambra State. She did not come to work on Tuesday, March 24th, 2020, and that had never happened before. She was always at work. She was a dedicated employee of the company, and because she was not at work, I called her on a mobile line. It rang, but no one picked. She never returned the calls, which was so unusual. After the day's work, I went to her place at Chima's compound in Ezima village, Ababia. When I got there, the house was locked and her husband's car was not in the compound. I knocked on the door several times, but there was no response. Later, I called her husband's mobile line, but it was switched off. That was on Wednesday, March 25th, 2020. I went to work that day, but still did not see my sister there. Meanwhile, she was always punctual at work. I called her several times again, but no one picked. You must have been worried. He was asked again. Yes, I was really worried. Her husband's line was still switched off, but I could not go to her place that Wednesday because I left work very late. Accidentally, my mom said she had also been trying to reach her. She said she could not reach her and her husband on the phone too. On Thursday, I went to her place before going to work. I saw a policeman in the compound and a crowd that had gathered. A special crime unit of the police arrived and I was still taken inside to see my sister's dead body. The body had started to decompose and there was a lot of blood. There was blood all over the bedroom and the place was smelling because of the body that had started to decompose. I was shocked. But I could not tell my mom. My mom was also there to see why her daughter had not been reachable for some days, but I had to convince her to leave the compound because I don't want her to see her daughter like that. I told her to return home and that the police were still trying to find her. I also did not want my mother to know at that time because she was suffering from high blood pressure. Suddenly, my sister was 2 months. Sadly, my sister was 2 months pregnant. Wow, who could do this to a young lady like this? What offense had she committed? No matter what, just 2 months marriage. Wow. Okay, let's go. What about her husband? He was asked. He was arrested in the house on Thursday, March 26th. 2020, he was arrested by the police from Central Police Station in Awka. They got married on January 10th, 2020, less than 3 months before she was killed. So, where was your brother-in-law during the period that you could not reach him and your sister? He was asked again. He was in the house. Their neighbors saw him. It was the neighbors that alerted the police. All the while he was in the house with the body as it was decomposing. He is the prime suspect and is at the state criminal investigation department. Okay. How many people have you been arrested by the police in connection with this case? 3 people, including my sister's husband and his sister. Something happened after my brother-in-law was arrested. The officer in charge at the state CID said members of his home state department and members of our family would visit the crime scene to see if we could find more evidence. Meanwhile, the place was locked up by the police. While Atansi was arrested and the key were handed over to the investigating police officer of the case at the Central Police Station. But surprisingly, the DPO gave the keys to Atansi, who then gave them to his sister. So by the time we got to the crime scene with the state CID, home state team and a lawyer, we found out that the place had been cleaned up. Investigation showed that it was the IPO at the Central Police Station who gave the house keys to Atansi. Atansi gave the keys to his sister, who cleaned up the crime scene and removed the evidence in the house. She also took away my sister's mobile phone. Wow. All right, it's been asked again, what is the situation now? The case is still at the state CID, Oka, and the police are conducting their investigation very well. We went there on Wednesday, so the people in police custody are my sister's husband and the 2 people who cleaned up the crime scene. They were interrogated because of the action. Recently, we met with the Deputy Commissioner of Police and he told us they were making headway with the investigation, but he did not disclose more than that. He told us that they were getting more witnesses and things were becoming clearer. Everything is now unfolding gradually. At the state CID, they told us that they had got everything they needed to nail the culprits and that what was left to be done was the autopsy. So I would like to commend them for their work action being taken for now. All right, you say, my people, things are happening. This is not home movie. This happened in Oka in Anambra State. A husband killed the wife, yeah, and he was still living with the decomposed body. Okay, so you see, I don't know why people go into marriage without asking questions. Could it be that he doesn't love the woman? A woman that you just married barely 3 months? Why killing her? And if you feel that you don't really love her or it's not what you saw that you are saying right now, why keeping her? The best thing you do is divorce. There is no need killing anybody. It doesn't want it. No matter the sin, no matter what the woman have done, there is no need killing anybody. It doesn't want it. You understand? Now, this beautiful woman have just gone like that. Okay? The beautiful woman just go like that. 3 months. 3 months marriage. Just 3 months after marriage. This is happening. So you see, this is the one of the things people are passing through these days. They don't get to know themselves before getting going into marriage. At the end of the day, they see themselves divorcing, or they see themselves killing themselves, or they see themselves having no peace in the house. So my people, I'm going to drop it here. What's your take on this? What do you think about this case? A husband living with decomposed body of her wife in the house for days. Please kindly leave your comment in the comment box below and don't leave without subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much for stopping.